Hello. More so than any war in history, World War II was a women's war. Women, motivated by patriotism, the opportunity for new experiences, and the desire to serve, participated widely in the global conflict. Within the Allied countries, women of all ages proved to be invaluable in the fight for victory. Rosie the Riveter, a fictional American character, became the most enduring image of women's involvement in World War II. American women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers during the war, as widespread male enlistment left gaping holes in the industrial labor force. Between 1940 and 1945, the female percentage of the U.S. workforce increased from 27% to nearly 37%, and by 1945 nearly 1 out of every 4 married women worked outside the home. More than 310,000 women worked in the U.S. aircraft industry in 1943, making up 65% of the industry's total workforce compared to just 1% in the pre-war years. Office of War Information photographer Alfred T. Palmer visited several aircraft manufacturing plants, capturing the woman-led production in these colorful Kodachrome photos. Housewives who had never worked outside the home and single girls fresh out of high school were sent into newly created training courses to learn the basics of riveting. Often the first job offered women welding and other jobs. Experts speculate women were so successful at riveting because it so closely resembled sewing, assembling, and seaming together a garment. However, riveting was only one of many jobs that women were learning and mastering as the aviation industry was developing. As Glenn Martin, a co-founder of Martin Marietta, told a reporter, "We have women helping design our planes in the engineering departments, building them on the production line, and operating almost every conceivable type of machinery, from rivet guns to giant stamp presses." Some women indeed chose more traditional female jobs such as sewing aircraft upholstery or painting radium on tiny measurements so that pilots could see the instrument panel in the dark. And yet many others, maybe more adventurous, chose to run massive hydraulic presses that cut metal parts, while others used cranes to move bulky plane parts from one end of the factory to the other. They even had women inspectors to ensure any necessary adjustments were made before the planes were flown out to war, often by female pilots. The majority of the planes they built were either large bombers or small fighters. Although most Americans were reluctant to allow women into traditionally male jobs, women proved that they could not only do the job but in some instances, they did it better than their male counterparts. For example, women, in general, paid more attention to detail. As the foreman of California Consolidated Aircraft once told the Saturday Evening Post, "Nothing gets by them unless it's right." The United States Department of Labor even states that when examining the number of holes drilled per day in the aircraft manufacturing industry, a man drilled 650 holes per day while a woman drilled 1,000 holes. Subscribe to the channel and rate the video in the comments, as well as other interesting videos I have on my channel.